On the Blossom Couple, we gather together with these friends, amazing people, to share our stories of marriage rooted in the love of God through Jesus Christ.
Let's meet the couple of the day.
Today's chat is with our children by election, adoption. Well, they adopted us and we adopted them, full grown. So we're happy to be chatting with Larry and Semedeto today. And the exciting thing about it is we're even going to get to know some things about them. That's
okay, that's good.
That's we ourselves didn't know before. So we are happy to present this chat with today's couple. Right. Hi, guys. Thank you so much for joining us in this discussion.
Thank you, Mama. We are glad to be, and we are privileged to be selected for this discussion. And it's a good thing to have discussion like this. For me, this is the first time I'll be having this kind of discussion. So
great. Thumbs up.
Yeah, thumbs up. As for Semedeto, she's my regular. On my Blossom with Busola channel, she's my partner in the channel. Welcome to the Blossom Couple Chat. We're talking about expectations today, expectations you had of your spouse before marriage. Would you like to share some of the expectations? What did you think you were going to meet in a spouse, in a husband, in a wife, or more specifically, in Lanre, in Semedeto?
it's been a while now, so
how many years?
Yeah,
12 years.
Somebody who knows God, who has the fear of God. That is number one priority, of course. Then somebody who will be my friend, my sister.
A friend, a sister with the fear of God.
Yeah. Good. Wow. Those were quite some expectations. We're going to come back to that and ask how well that was met. Semedeto, how about you? What were your expectations?
So on my own part, my expectations were based on my own parents' relationship. I had set expectations that I did not even think about, or I just took them for granted that this is what marriage is and this is how marriage should work for me. So the first expectation was that I knew that marriage was about partnership of equal parties, a man and a woman. And so it had to be about partnerships, and there are no defined roles, lines showing that, oh, this is the man's role or the woman's role. It's about husband doing everything that you can to make the homework. Wife will do everything she can. She'll bring all of her gifts, all of her strengths, everything. And there's just acceptance for each person's strengths and uniqueness, so that it's not aligning with, oh, this is what the society expects. This is just partnership. Anything you can bring, anything at all that would make the home or the marriage a beautiful experience. So that was my expectation.
Oh, wow.
Expectations then, yes. I also knew very clearly that there had to be organization in terms of leadership in the home. And then from my parents, watching my parents, I knew that my father was the leader of the home. It wasn't about power, but just a recognizing authority in the home.
Sure.
I can almost imagine who your mom and dad were, like how they related in the home from what you said now. Like everybody did their bit around the home. So they were your symbol of what marriage would be. And if I look, I say there were no defined roles. So I'm getting some ideas about how you came into marriage. Like, well, there's no defined role. Anyone who is strong in this area can do it. That's my kind of summary of what you said. And also, there is that expectation that your husband will be the leader of the home, because you saw your dad as leader in the home.
I want to emphasize one thing Semedeton said, that of partnership. We are partners together in building and making the home a beautiful place to be in.
There's often this expectation of happily ever after. They got married and they're happy ever after.
I would say that it's still happily ever after for me, although some expectations have changed because of growth on my own part. Some things that did not think about as I'm growing and learning marriage. I even reflect back and think, oh, why would I have thought that or expected that? And so I've had to make adjustments. So maybe I was very naive when I was much younger and or ignorant please. When I first got married, we had these occasions to attend with friends, and so there was the issue of sorting transportation for the guests. Mm-hmm. And so there were 2 cars available to take guests to a certain place. And then we were newly married, and in my head, up until that point, my husband and I had never really been separated, kind of. So, and maybe I had that expectation that we'd always be together and we'd always do everything together.
Yeah.
And I had said to our host then that I would wait until there was a car available for the both of us to ride in. And I said specifically that, oh, we've never been separated since we got married. At that point, we were just maybe 2 months into our marriage. Yeah. And looking back now, I'm thinking, whoever thought that that was what marriage is, always being together. Sometimes I've realized that there's necessity that you be separated, but you still be connected.
Yeah.
Can you give some examples when you had to be separated physically?
I think 5 years ago, he had to go to another city to work. And it was a choice that he didn't want to take. And I was the one encouraging him to take it take that opportunity. And
they had to live in that place away from home?
Yes, he had to go and work in another city, and he would stay there for maybe 2 weeks, and then 2 weeks on and a few days back in the house. And he was very reluctant to accept that position. But I saw that there was value in it for his professional development, and I was the one encouraging him to.
So you encouraged the living separately for a bit?
Yes. Yeah, but I was very, very happy when, as soon as he got the chance to come back home, we jumped at the opportunity. But yeah.
Sure. Yeah, Larry, how about you? Have you had to adjust? Have you had to make any adjustments?
My expectation was a friend and somebody who has the fear of God. And God made it possible that God just gave me a friend more than I expected. Because ever since I met Senator, she's just my friend. That was what I wanted in a woman, in marriage.
And that's what you got.
So you got your friend, you got your sister, and you got somebody who has the fear of God. Beautiful. Congratulations. And just like you, for me, my expectation, do you know what it was? It was just one thing. I said, God, I want someone who loves you with a passion. Because if the person loves God, he would love me, he would respect me, he would not want to do anything that makes me sad, because that would make his father-in-law, God, sad. And like you, Larry, that's what I got. So I can understand what you're saying. I got my heart's desire, and in that is everything. We still have expectations of our spouses from time to time, don't we?
We do.
Apart from the big things, there are small things we think, we hope they will do, or ways we hope they will respond to some things or will not respond to some things. Because there are cases where people think, oh, he should just know, she should know that I wanted him to be that way. She should know that I would have preferred things that way. And expectations are not communicated. When expectations are not communicated, they often lead to disappointment because nobody is a mind reader. So how well do you communicate your expectations to one another?
I would say I'm a doer. I like to do things. I'm always on the move, go, go, go. As I'm doing things, I'm thinking in my head and I'm organizing things in my head. And I recognize that many times I fail to communicate my plans or my thinking with my husband clearly. And so when it comes to what I think you should be doing, I'm finding, oh, you're not doing what I think you should be doing. And over time, I've realized that it's because I have not communicated the expectation or the plan properly. So the adjustments I'm taking is being intentional to communicate what I'm thinking and what my plan is, and at the same time, give him a chance to communicate his feedback about what I have thought about, and realize that it doesn't, the end result or the thing we come to conclude on doesn't have to be what I initially thought of. I should be, I'm beginning to be flexible to change my plans so that my own plan becomes our plan and we can have buy-in, and it's easy to execute.
Yes, I think
from I to I, my plan, my this, my that, to our. And so I've found that that's been making a working partnership.
Yes, I think, well, you resemble her. She keeps thinking.
I'm planning.
Thinking, planning, and then she will just land with this long list of things to do. And I say, what? Sorry. We can't go that way. You didn't tell me that. So why are you just churning out these plans and thoughts? And okay, let's see how we can manage that. So yeah.
What I've done is the same thing as what Semedeto does. I know that you don't like things dropping on you suddenly. You want to be a part, you want to be a part of the process. So when things begin to cross my mind, I begin to say them and also leave room for you to take your time and consider them. I try my best.
Well done, you try. You've been trying.
Do you have some practical examples now?
I think the most recent one is with our road trip planning. So when we agreed to go on a road trip for our vacation, in my head, I already started planning accommodation, places we'll go, and right away, because I am a very frugal person, I thought, oh, I think I want to be frugal too, and can't we just camp along the way as we explore places? So instead of booking up hotel accommodation, I wondered if we could also incorporate the experience of camping. So just
camping as in sleep in the car?
Sleep in the car, like converting. I went to search up how to convert your van into a sleeping. Yeah, and Mama, don't get me wrong, it's not like we'll sleep rough, but I had gone to research how to buy some equipment to convert your van into a sleep, somewhere that you can sleep, where you have a bunk for children, you have blinds, and you can convert things. In my head, I already, and not just in my head, I started looking out for deals on bunk beds that can fit in our van. I looked up pop-up showers that we can set up somewhere.
I like that.
I trust you. I trust you. Deals, Mama. You like that?
Yeah.
You like that?
Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you, Simon. Your dad doesn't like camping, but now you have sold the idea to him. Yeah, camping, here we come, one of these.
No, get me right.
You like it.
Get me right.
Okay.
I like that advanced planning. I like that advanced thinking.
I thought you
and
liked the
making plans,
camping.
not camping in the bush.
Oh.
If you have a van, that we can convert into a living,
We can
a living place,
okay,
no
camp
problem.
along the road.
Yeah.
Okay, camping has come into the.
Yeah.
That's good. So fire on with your big.
Yeah. So the truth is, the planning really took over my mind. Even at work, I'm excited about what I have planned. I'm really, really excited, and I was wise enough to share my ideas with him, and I would search up information on the web on Google, and I'll share this with him. And then he said, this plan, I think we should just go for traditional accommodation. But then we say, it is up to you, it's up to you, it's up to you. And then I will go back and I will think about the reasons why he thinks that we should just book hotels and Airbnb. And I will go back to him and say, okay, we can do 2 days out of 4 days. I will camp, and we'll camp in the outdoors, and then we'll book accommodation for 4 days and 2 days after an app. Then he would mention something like, is it safe? Is it this for the children? Would they be comfortable? And I'll say they would have to be comfortable, whatever we go with. And then I will go back again and I will think about it some more. And then eventually I came to the conclusion that it's a lifestyle that I can manage, and I look forward to it with excitement. But at this time now, like with children, young children, maybe it's not the best, and he's right, it's not the safe option for us. So so we decided that we would just go with traditional accommodation. And then the compromise I had to make was, okay, once the children are old enough and we are going on road trips by ourselves, we have to try that camping lifestyle.
Yes. Well done. Thank you for sparing my grandsons. That's your beautiful, wonderful idea. Now, Larry, how do you flow? I was going to say, how do you cope? But how do you flow with all those endless plans and planning and giving you this idea now? Come back 5 minutes later, top up a bit on it. Another 5 minutes, subtract a little. I'm talking from my own experience. So, how do you flow with that?
God was helping me to put her in charge. Of course, I was saying, you are the director, so
that's what you
said. Holiday director.
Yeah, the director. Yeah, the director. Okay.
Yeah, I said she's the director, so whatever plans she comes up with, because I know she's very passionate about it, and she's put a lot of time and into planning. But I will let it rest for another time. Then we'll go back to it.
So there's been a lot of negotiation.
Yeah, but softly, and she will now say. She will come back again after a few hours of finally, it has always been like that. We always, reach a compromise. God always helps us to reach a compromise.
This is beautiful. I can see what she said about partnership and leadership. So having marriage as a partnership, this person brings their strengths, that person brings their strengths, and together you come up with the best decision for the family.